Hi, welcome to Sports with Micky. My name is Micky Kapama and I am going to be your host for Sports with Micky. At this show, we'll be discussing everything, and I mean everything sport. No drama, just sports. We're going to be discussing athletics, we're going to be discussing basketball, netball, football, rugby. We are looking forward to having the superstars of the Namibian sport industry. We will be at events, live events, and interviewing fans, sitting together with fans and just be inclusive and engage people in general. So I think also prior to this, I've sent a couple of people, like not on my Instagram, I posted a few questions that people can ask me, and I think I'm just going to take two or three questions. Let's see. If you were to be, first of all, before I go to that question, let me go to this one. How did you become a sport what? Okay, basically I think they're trying to find out how did I get into sport. So I think I've always been a sport fan, but mostly I've mostly been into football because I grew up watching football and also playing football in high school and at home in the streets. Those games where you play and then when you get home you have 7 goals and 14 assists. Those games, man, in the street. But and a couple of knocks. I have a couple of knocks on my knees and maybe my elbows. But yeah, so that's how I really got into football. And I grew up watching Manchester United. I grew up in a house of Man U people. Speaking of Man U, there is a question here on Manchester United. How do you feel about Manchester United being so weak, and what do you think can be done to fix Manchester United's problem? I think for Manchester United, it's I don't think it's a coach. I think it's a management. If they can fix whatever management issues they have there in Manchester United, it will really solve a lot of problems. Players don't seem to be happy. Players seem a little bit I can't say discouraged, but I think it's a management issue. It's more of a background issue and an internal mental issue as well. So if they handle all these issues that they have in the back, then the team will bounce back. So far, players are good. The coach is okay. I mean, he has 2 trophies, so we can't say it's a coach. I think he's doing the best with what he has, and he's struggling to also adapt to the team because by now we don't even know what is Coach Ten Hag's style of play. We don't know if he's a defensive type of coach or if he's an attacking type of coach. But enough about Manchester United, because I will never stop if I start. And there's another question that says, the issue of NCS is no different from Okahanja United. Why only now is it being treated differently? So this question, I'm not going to answer it. I have a few experts coming on the show. One of them is from Futi, Namibia. He will be breaking down the issue of NCS and what happened and what is different from the Okahanja United issue and all things related. So that question, please look out for more episodes. There will be one episode where he will be on it. Futi Namibia, shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. If you were to be the NFA president, what changes would you make and why? Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, okay. If I was, first of all, shout out to the NFA president. He is doing such a good job with football, with pushing football in Namibia. Clearly you can see he's a very passionate guy, very innovative, very strategic. He's doing a good job to push Namibian football. As you can see, the league is pushing for we have how many years now of the league. But I think the changes I would currently make is I want to ensure that the league has been professionalized. So that is now strictly every club in the league should be submitting their financial records in order for the league to be professionalized. So things like that, people must be held accountable, people must be responsible. A president should be passionate about football, and I mean I'm passionate about football. Decision making, they should be decisive and very active into the football world. Even every league games, like Premier League wise, this promotion of the league and everything like that. So I feel I would push for that. I would push for accountability. I would push for innovative strategies. Things like Sports with Micky should be more pushed and also promoted, and get influence in the industry, get youth involvement. It's not just, football is not a one-man game. That's why they say the 12th player or the 13th player. It is everybody's games in general. So I think I also wanted to touch, before we end this video, I wanted to touch on Sunday, the NFA released the names of the players, the national team that will be playing for CHAN. CHAN is called, it stands for African Nations Championship. So this is a championship that is done by CAF. It is for players that are locally based. So no South African, for example, players like Dion Hotto or Shalulile they are restricted. They cannot play for CHAN. And I think this is why FIFA counts it or regards it as a friendly. But I feel like it's a good platform to give these players a chance, exposure, to prove themselves, to show their talents, and also to market their skills out there to the world. So this is a very good initiative, and for that, NFAs, I also applaud you for choosing coaches who are already in the league, who can literally who have been exposed to all players that are playing in the Namibian Premier League, and they know that if I am a coach for Eshoka Chula Chula, I know if I'm playing against African stars, who are the players that I need to look out for? Who are the players that I need to put my defense or strategically align my first 11 against? So shout out to that. And speaking of which, I'm just going to start with the forwards. Awilo made it on the national team, and Awilo, like, I'm so excited. I will be logging in and watching every single game of CHAN. And I think Namibia has a chance to go very far. Midfielders, Paul and Roy from YB, Young Brazilians. And Young Brazilians, we have Paul and Roy, we have the goalkeeper of Ongos, and then we have, of course, everybody's favorite, Quinton Quera van Staden. He made it to the list, and that was so cool, because YB is one of those teams that are a bit underrated in the Namibian Premier League. They are so good, they are so skillful, they have energy, they have guts and courage, and I feel like they should start Quinton van Staden, because he deserves a platform to prove and to show the world that this is Namibian football right here. This is Seide Mark Vrede, Sagawonde van die Verlede. Verstaan jy? So I think that's my ones and two. And please do look out for Sports with Micky. We will be at every sport event. Okay, not every, but most sport events, and we'll be looking forward to speaking to fans and, speaking to players, speaking to coaches, speaking to, just if you want to give a shout out on our show, look out for me and come through. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.